Привет, it's Taya from Ukraine. Welcome to my channel again. Today, guys, giving you update in life in Ukraine 2024. And as usually, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment this video. It helps YouTube algorithms to promote it because I see less and less people are watching my videos right now. Not good. You want me to stop making videos? All depends on you guys. Before we start, I really wanted to share amazing, incredible news for me. I don't know how about you, but for me that's like dreams come true. I'm really into entertainment industry and I've been wanted to be in the videography and acting since like a very long time. So recently the movie called Hitman was announced and now you can watch it on Netflix and you can see your favorite YouTuber just for a few seconds, you know, nothing much, but still thank you for your comments. A lot of people started to write in me, I saw you in movie. It's like a recent highlight in this chaotic life for me, so yeah, that really made my day. I like the main guy who is an actor and the plot is interesting and cool director. Sincerely recommended it. They didn't pay me for advertisement. Okay, let's start. So number one, the reality life in Ukraine is the problem that we are having again. It's electrical problems and we had it a year ago during the winter. I survived no water, no electricity for around 2 days in the city. Imagine you are on the camping, you know, you use the gas stove, the portable one, and also you light your room with candles. So very romantic, I would say. But it's not funny because the businesses cannot work and it makes your life obviously more challenging. The businesses like restaurants or supermarkets, they already bought their own generator and it can be very loud when you go outside. Now they give electricity for around 8 hours a day. Really depends on the territory, on oblast. There are no nuclear power plants that is safe right now. All of them are broken. They have to fix it all the time. Somehow, you know, make the country running. So if you like challenges and nothing has happened in your life that can shock you and make your blood run faster in your veins, come to Ukraine, live with these circumstances. I think you will like it. Sleepless nights and no electricity with no water. Next thing is prices. Since the beginning of the war, February 2022, prices went up on everything 30-50%. I know, like in every other country around the globe right now, yeah, inflation, all this stuff. But in Ukraine, the minimum salary right now is $170 and the average salary is $400. Question: how people survive? That's a whole challenge in life in Ukraine. Did you read the news? I think there was a guy from America. He was a businessman slash blogger. He tried to be a homeless and challenge his life to live for a year so he can see how he can change his life without money and start a business. As far as I remember, he had to He had to finish it sooner than he thought because it was very challenging. He said that I spoiled my health, it's not life and it's very difficult, but yeah, if you want to do it, you can do everything. Let's compare some prices. I will tell about Kyiv, which is capital, so this is the most expensive city, maybe Lviv too, in Ukraine. Okay, rent one bedroom. One bedroom, it's not one bedroom in US, by the way. One bedroom in US, it's two bedroom in Ukraine. So one bedroom Ukrainian way, it's $300 per month. Usually a flat in US, which is super basic, white walls, neutral colors. In Ukraine, you can find something really chic or really unusual design. But usually for such price you will find Soviet style design, and that will be not in the city center. If you want something more modern, that will be around $600 per month or more. Cheese, 1 lb or 500 grams, it will be $370. Yeah. In Ukraine, vegetables and fruit are very seasonal and the prices are changing. So I think for 3 or 2 months they can be cheap or cheaper than average. So 1 lb of tomato or 500 grams, it's almost $1. Next, most interesting thing that I was asked a lot about real estate prices. People think if we have the war, we can buy all Ukraine and come and it will all cost $1. The reality is, yes, some houses and properties cost less during the war, but if you want something really decent, it will not, cost less than in your town, because the prices, like Ukrainians say, that the prices are now like in Western Europe, and the salaries right now is like in some African countries. Prices for rent went up, especially during the beginning of the war. For rent in Lviv, $1,000 per month, and it was the safest city. You can still buy a house for $5,000, but you have to understand, you will need to invest in it a lot of time and money, and that house will be probably in the middle of nowhere, no train 1 hour near you, or especially airport. Usually the houses that you see on the sites that cost $5,000-$10,000 have no water, no Wi-Fi, no heating system except the old style wooden, other comfortable things that we use in modern days, so you will have to invest in it a lot. It's usually people who are older and they don't really care and they don't have finances, they have toilet outside. Okay, not advertisement, but there is site called Numbeo. It's a very cool site, and if you go somewhere around the world or you move somewhere, you want to compare prices. I compared Austin and Kyiv. I don't know if it's a good comparison, but let's do it this way. The funny thing that McDonald's in Ukraine is something we don't eat very often, so the prices in McDonald's for Ukrainians are not that cheap. Like if you have $5,000 per month in Austin and McMeal or something like that costs $10, that's cheap. But if your salary is $400 and the same meal costs in Ukraine $6, so you can do the math. While a lot of things obviously are less expensive in Ukraine, however, milk, bananas, they cost the same. Cars, gadgets, the same. Even gadgets more expensive, especially, like I said, TV, like new TV, and I was surprised people give away really good furniture and TV maybe for free or for very low price. Not happening in Ukraine. Gasoline is more expensive in Ukraine, so in US it's 1 gallon for $3 and in Ukraine it's $5. Mortgage interest for 20 years almost 7% in Austin, and in Ukraine almost 19%. If I made some mistake, you know where to write me, and I read all your comments, so comment section is always open. Next, that is complicated in Ukraine, it's language problem. Why it's a problem? Let me explain to you. Official language in Ukraine is Ukrainian. There's no second official language. Due to the history, East and West was parted and was under different countries. East, South and Kiev mostly speak Russian as their primary language. Western villages usually speak Ukrainian, and everyone understands both languages. However, everyone has their primary language, so another language can be difficult to speak to them. They can be slow and they have to think like a foreign language. And a lot of people during the war whose primary language was Russian, they changed it to Ukrainian. They can make mistakes, but still they are trying. If they mix these languages up, we have a word for that called surjik. It's funny for me, but there are a lot of people who hate this and say you have to speak clear Ukrainian because surjik is not a language, and they hate everything Russian. But for me, surjik is cool and funny. Ukrainian language 20 years ago was not fashionable, was not in priority. A lot of people didn't really see it as a language. It was funny for them. It was a language of lower educated people from the village. But now it's vice versa. People who speak Ukrainian, they may do it very slowly, and the language can be very like literature and official, and it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like official language only for documents, because in every country, in every language, you guys use the words that are only for documents and the one that you use in everyday life. You know, big country that we can compare to, a lot of people are like, well, in France there are now no such problems. Well, in France it's a country with a very long history, and people there speak French and they are very proud of their language. Ukrainians are only coming to that, and they have to live this moment now so that other people like foreigners understand what is it the country. And that's what is going on in Ukraine right now. We want to protect the language, the culture, because without it then there is no country. And very typical situation like my family. My grandparents are from the village, from my mother and father usually side, but you've seen only in the village videos, only my mother side grandparents. So they speak Ukrainian with their local dialect, and my parents, they speak Russian because they lived and were born in a Russian-speaking territory in east of Ukraine. My primary language is also Russian because of my parents. However, my school and summer in the village really helped me to be pretty fluent in both. And I found a letter in childhood I wrote to something like Santa Claus, and I was writing mixing up both languages, Russian and Ukrainian, because when you hear both of them in childhood, you still do not understand which is which, and you could have books in both languages. And that was really funny because you mix up words all the time. To finish this video on a more positive note, I would say thank you so much for your support. My family is doing fine. my dad is still on the front line, and he received, I posted on my social media, your support. Thank you for donation. They constantly need something, and the whole country is usually donating, and this is a non-stop process. If you have any kind of way you can help Ukraine, we are very thankful for you for that. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe to this video, watch other my videos, guys. I don't think you ever watched all my videos I have on my channel, and thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. See you in my next episode. Bye.